me most powerfully. I feel free when the world doesn't know it to me. It's so hard to find a gig that lives up to the billing. Trying to find a reason to work out, willing I admit my thinking is wishful, like a star upon a child gazing up to the ceiling. How far do we have to stretch the truth to fit the lifestyle borrowed and overdue? We can take it all back to the register and start all over from the can of stuff. Let's break it all down into pieces of bright moments that pass by like a meteorite. Throw on your favorite reel, that's good to go. On the analog player, watch the people go. Sit back with the breeze and let the memories flow. Comedy, tragedy, all the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are, feel it will keep walking and we can't get far. Yeah, wherever you are. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are, feel it will keep walking and we can't get far. Yeah, wherever you are. Like a move that I can't predict, like a look that I can't resist. The tingling feeling was so mutual. The lingering appeal was so unusual. Herbally, what is medicine to a lone soul can become poisonous. Some with the whole body fast asleep. Out cold, true vision seem to come to the eye. Take hold of a prophet of me most visibly. I see clear when the world doesn't show it to me. It's so hard to make sense in the cycle of billing. Trying to find a reason to quit and make a killing. I admit, our dealing is painful, like a star upon a child staring down from the ceiling. How far do we have to stretch the picture before pixelating the human texture? We can take it all back to the register and start all over from the can of stuff and save it all up for an ultimate prize. Homecoming gathering with the big surprise. Throw on your favorite record, that's good to go. On the analog table and it's hooked to blow. Sit back with these and hear the MC flow. Hi-hat, kick, drum, all the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are, feel it will keep walking and we can't get far. Yeah, wherever you are. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are, feel it will keep walking and we can't get far. Wherever you are. Okay, we can take it all back to the register and start all over from the can of stuff. Let's break it all down into pieces of bright moments that pass by like a meteorite. Throw on your favorite jacket and you're good to roll on the analog trail and you look the roll. Just stroll through the trees and let your miseries go. Sunshine, hurricane, all the highs and lows. Take it all back to the register and start all over from the can of stuff. Let's break it all down into pieces of bright moments that pass by like a meteorite.
Mouse controllers.
And I think we're good. Fucking everything's good. Cool. First time for everything.
It's not the whole screen on YouTube. Wait, never mind. That's I'm in theater mode.
I was like, what do you mean? I'm looking at it.
There we go.
Hello. Welcome to episode oh fuck me, I'm scuffed. I didn't do a table of contents.
13
of the Hookah Smiths. I gotta do a fucking talk for a minute while I make a table of contents.
Hello everyone. We're going to be talking today about all of the different things that have come out and what we've seen change since we first started, which is actually quite a few things. We got new pipes. We got new brands coming out all over the place. You can see a new brand coming out every week. Even you see a different brand on Instagram, and we got all these different heat management devices, and we're just gonna go through those different things. I'm gonna kill you if you use that font.
Oh, I'm using the font. I forgot to bring the other one in.
Oh my god.
We're chilling.
You didn't post on. Oh.
Did I not? I thought I hit them all.
No, not Discord.
Oh no, I told you to hit Discord.
I'm doing that now.
Oh, okay. Scuff stream. Maybe one day we'll have a non-scuff stream where I actually remember to do table of contents.
We kind of already talked about that last one, sort of, but
yeah, but we'll just talk about it in reference to everything else.
Ooh, 5 bullet points.
Yeah, look at us. We got a packed show tonight. And do I still don't think I got chat to work again because I'm still scuffed. Yes. You know I was missing something. What the fuck with that later? Alright. So if you guys are new to the show, the first 10 minutes or so is where we just kind of chat, catch up, see how you guys are doing, anything you want us to talk about. The first 10 minutes, just let us know. We'll tell you guys what we're smoking on, what we're doing, all that kind of stuff. So what are you smoking on?
Well, it's different, sort of.
So it's
now we got
peppermint shake mixed with something else?
With cane mint.
Oh, look at you, living large.
Yeah, been doing this for like a week. It's pretty good. I'm about to run out of peppermint shake, so I thought I would mix it. It's pretty nice.
I believe it. I actually smoked cane for the first time in a while the other day. I smoked like what the fuck is not melon blend, but what's Kanjir's other melon flavor? Now with melon or something like that. I had some of that chilling, so I smoked that with cane mint the other day for the first time in a hot minute. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't amazing. It was about what I expected.
Hey, look! I looked up Tangiers melon, and one of the first few that comes up is my text review on it.
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Right now I'm actually doing some flavor testing for Famari. It's an unreleased flavor that they're working on. So I'm just trying it out because I'm lazy and I haven't actually smoked it to this point. So yeah, I'm just trying out some new stuff that I've tried before. This is just like the second time I've tried it.
Is this the second batch, or is the second time you tried it?
Yeah, second batch.
And you've had both?
Yeah. I mean, there might have been other batches. I'm saying it's the second batch that I've had.
Is this one better, at least?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like the first batch I smoked for like 10 minutes and I just went and packed another bowl. It was really bad.
Well, that's saying something, I guess.
Yeah, I'm very rare to go back another bowl, but the first batch was real bad. They're trying to pull off a flavor that like everyone's tried, just not tried very well. So I'll be impressed if they can pull it off. I don't think this is perfect yet though, so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, hopefully they fix that up in the next batch.
Yeah, I mean, for reference, this is like a Comic Sans of a flavor, basically.
At least it's not, well, no, maybe the first batch was the Comic Sans.
Maybe.
This is like, we're getting close to Times New Roman. Hello.
We're like on Arial font right now.
We're getting there.
It'll be Times New Roman eventually. And then we'll be living large. God. Have you been up to anything fun lately, or just playing a shit ton of Smash?
Yeah, just been on the grind, you know. I in a small tournament I got second yesterday on online.
Oh, nice. How are online tournaments for Ultimate?
They're fine. They are better than Smash Wars because people had more lag, I guess,
Well, yeah.
often.
Smash 4 was kind of trash online. Like, it was playable, but it wasn't great.
Agree, because I played a lot of that too.
I know. I,
I'm
I don't think
what's it
you've
called?
played many other games in the last, what, 4 years or so?
I'm waiting for. Well, I played Bayonetta 1 and 2. I'm waiting for 3, and then Animal Crossing.
Yeah. I don't think I'm picking up anything on Switch until Pokemon comes out. I'll play that.
Oh, that's a Switch game, right? The new ones?
Yeah, yeah. They've abandoned the 3DS at this point. As they should. I mean, it's been, what, a year? It's been a year. 2 years. 2 years since the Switch came out. So, it'd be weird if they weren't just making stuff for the Switch at this point, you know?
True. Yeah, the Switch is basically their main console at this point.
I mean, basically, it is. Like, I don't think there are any games coming out for the 3DS anymore. I hope they killed it anyway. I mean, we all know that Smash 3DS was the best version of Smash yet.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad.
No. It's the best. Only the
Oh,
realists
okay.
play it.
Matt's doing some tournament from AM Hookah, and I'm gonna try
Oh,
and get
yeah.
in on that.
You were telling me about that. We should see if he wants to do a double where we the two of us go against him and Adrian. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I'll ask him about that.
That'd be a lot of fun. I want to have him on the show too. You should ask.
Yeah, maybe next stream. He said he was busy today, or else I wanted to have him on. But
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah, just ask him and we'll see. Can pop on on their show for a little bit. It'll be a fun time. They're cool guys.
Yeah, we could do a first to 5 or something.
Yeah.
Good old water.
Oh hell yeah, brother! I haven't fucking played anything since I started playing WoW. I don't think it's gonna change anytime soon.
Yeah, I know you've been playing a lot. My roommate that plays a lot.
Yeah.
His guild has been doing a yearly meetup, so this is the second year, and
Oh, yeah?
they're all meeting here.
Nice.
Yeah, some of them are like 5 of them are going to eat dinner right now, and then they're gonna be here for the whole week.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was playing with a bunch of like IRL buddies for a while, and then like
They gave
stopped-
up.
Yeah, they stopped playing, so I was like, okay. Then I went to play with. I'm playing with a different buddy now, but it's a lot more people that I don't know than I do now. So it's a lot of fun. Doing a lot of different shit. Yeah. So let's just go and start talking about shit. Had enough time to sit here, jerking off. So we're gonna talk now about how we started smoking. So, Alex, what got you into smoking? Like, what was your first real hookah experience like?
First bowl was out of a small pumpkin hookah, some Starbucks. I forgot what it was. Quick lights, of course.
Of course,
Foil.
the dream, basically.
Yeah, the classic, you know.
Yeah, that's how everyone starts. Was that when you like started getting right into smoking, or did you like? Was that like not really it for you? Was that like what you wanted to wait after you did that basically, or did you go right into it from that?
I did. I actually did that I never really stopped from that point. It was
Yeah.
It was where I started. And it was like that for about a year.
Right.
We used to always go to my friend's public pool area, and we would hang out there.
Yeah.
So it was a fun time. And
Right.
then I learned about the online community, and then I learned a lot from there.
Yeah. I mean, I smoked out of some shitty hookahs when I was in high school. Like just at like parties and shit, and they were like fine, but it never made me like want to go out and get a hookah. It wasn't until I met my buddy Faraz almost 5 years ago now. My coworker had asked me if they knew I had smoked a shit ton of weed in high school, so they were like, "Hey, can you fix this hookah I've got?" I was like, "I mean, sure, I guess I can try. It's a pipe. I mean, how different could it be?" But I just met that guy Shiraz, and he had worked at the hookah bar in town before it had closed down, which at that point was closed. So he came over, and we fixed that hookah, which it wasn't broken. She just didn't know how to clean it at all. So we cleaned it, and she'd given me some Starbuzz Pirate tape to test it with. So he packed it up with, Quick Lights, the classic Starbuzz Pirates Mist, some shitty hose, and this tiny little pumpkin hookah. I think it was just at Maya, actually. And it was the best hookah I'd had at that point. And it was just because he knew how to pack a bowl decently. Yeah, every other bowl I'd had up to that point was like, tiny fucking clouds, right? So after I learned like how exciting hookah could be, I went out and I bought my first hookah, which let me pull this up on stream for you guys.
Oh, you got the photo.
Oh, hell yeah. So I don't have the photo of when I got it. I've got a photo from... So I sold the hookah to my buddy after I moved on. Oh, fuck, that is not how that's supposed to look. Jesus Christ. Boop, boop, boop. Make it smaller. So I gave it to him, and he found it in his storage.
He had a Regal?
No, he found it in storage. And...
Oh, that one.
Yeah. So he found it in storage when we were going out to his cabin to smoke and hang out for a weekend. And so I took my Regal, and it was like just after I got my Regal. So I took this photo to show like where I started to where I'd come. It was just this shitty 2-hose fucking Chinese piece of shit that I bought locally. So yeah, it was hella scuffed, but it got the job done for the most part. After that, I got a upgrade to a KM like a month or two later, and it was all downhill from there basically.
I went from the little pumpkin one to a Pharaoh hookah, which we used for about a year, and then the base broke, so we got a new one for that one.
Yeah.
And then I went to... I sent you the picture. What's it called? That hookah that looks like...
Hold on, I can pull it up on stream.
What do you even call that? Is that a giant tube?
Oh, yeah, I don't actually know how to play up.
There's actually reviews for that hookah online. I forgot what it's called.
This bad.
And it was made by my, at the time, my local shop. There we go. So that's my Pharaoh that we had.
On the right.
Yeah.
It's crazy that Pharaoh was around back then. I thought they were like... I guess I knew they'd been around for a while, but I didn't know they'd been around for like that long. Because this is what, like 2013 you started smoking, right? 2012?
2012 is when I started, and then 2013 is when I got that, and then 2013 we got that also. We gave away...
So is that... I just gotta ask, is that a fancy hose with the fucking Soguk ice tip?
Yes.
Why that? Like, why the fancy hose with that?
Because that was the best tubing at the time. And then we went from that tubing to... We bought some of that... What is it called? Silicone? The silicone one from Home Depot, and we used that for a little while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they weren't that bad, to be honest. They just got really raveled up.
Right.
Yeah, we used those. We had like really long hoses, like 10 feet.
How did you where's the purge on that thing?
The purge is actually in the top. It's like a little...
So it'd like come up through the bowl, basically, like over the bowl on the outside?
Yeah. It's in that... You see where the bowl goes in? There's the purge valve in there.
That's so fucking weird. What was that thing like? What was it like to smoke that thing?
We liked it for a decent bit.
Okay, but if you smoked it now, what would you think of it?
If I can put a bowl on it, I can make it work.
That's fair, I guess. Alright, let me get rid of that. What do you think you said you got into, like, the online community pretty quick after you started smoking, right? How long was it before you found the online communities?
So since I started in 2012, around somewhere in 2013, when I got that Pharaoh hookah, that was when I first started, and then we saw funnel bowls, so we got a ceramic funnel bowl. What is it? Porcelain? Yeah, porcelain bowl. And then we used that for a little while, and then we got our first legitimate bowl, which was a Hookah John. What's it called? What's the big one called again?
The Harmony?
Drawing blanks. Yeah, the Harmony. We got a Gen 1 Harmony.
You still have that Gen 1 Harmony? Because you have Gen 1, don't you?
This one's a Gen 2.
Oh, okay.
We had the Gen 1, and I broke it.
Yeah.
I got so excited when we got our first Alien Mini
Yeah.
that I pulled it off and broke it.
That's funny. When did that was all in 2013 when you got your Alien Mini and all that shit?
Yeah, and then my local shop actually had a bunch of original Alien Minis, and that's where I
Really?
got. Well, I'm using it right now.
You
The one
using
I'm
same
still
one?
using. Yeah,
Wow.
this bowl I've had since 2013.
It's crazy.
It's
It's crazy that
Gen 3.
it's crazy that there's so many bowls like that that are like still like so like just good to use even with all the shit that's come out now.
Yeah, basically. This is my friend got his Gen 2 Harmony or Gen 2 Alien from them, and I haven't seen him in a really long time, but I doubt he still has it.
Right.
And then I got my other Gen 2 Harmony Alien, and that one's in the kitchen.
Right.
But I didn't get it from them.
Yeah.
I actually bought it on from Reddit.
Right. So you said you got into it like right when you started smoking. What would you say like the online hookah community was like at that time? Because at that time there wasn't hookah enthusiast wasn't really big at the time, right? It was mostly just Reddit and like
No,
forums.
hookah enthusiasts got pretty popular around 2014. That's when I
Right.
think Facebook started blowing up,
Yeah.
and they had 3,000 members. And it's crazy to see some of the groups have like 10,000 now.
Yeah. Well, they got
So
like 3,000.
even some of the newer ones,
3,000
Well,
and
the-
7,000 bots, but
who knows? I don't know how that works, but yeah, the Reddit community, everyone was on the Tangiers train. People were smoking Tangiers, Nakla, Fumari, and Alfakir,
yeah.
and then things started like the Lotus came out 2013, and I didn't get one until 2014.
Yeah, it was late 2013 they came out, but they didn't get popular until 2014 from what I understand.
Yeah, and then I got one in 2014 at my first one. My friend scraped it so hard from cleaning it because I always wanted to clean it like perfect.
Oof.
Now I just don't really bother
Yeah.
because it still works fine. So I don't keep it like perfectly clean,
Right.
but I
It's
also
kinda
don't want to
silly,
scrape it too hard.
too. Yeah.
I mean, you're making the metal like thinner
Right.
after a while because you're using a knife.
Yeah, it depends on how you clean it, of course. But yeah, no, I understand. So you said they were smoking like Nakla, Fumari, Tangiers. What were some of the other brands that were out at the time that just weren't nearly as popular? Like Starbuzz was obviously around, right?
Starbuzz,
Were people shitting on
Hookahina, Social Smoke.
Were people shitting on Starbuzz like they do now?
People were shitting on Starbuzz and Haze because in 2013 Haze was not very good.
That was
And-
they came out 2012, 2013, right?
Yeah, I think somewhere around there, probably earlier, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe a year or two earlier than that.
Right.
And then in 2014, Haze changed their formula and got a lot better. High cap.
Yeah, and that was when they put out like Whattamint and all of their like well-known flavors, like Cucumberita and shit too, right?
Yeah, they started dropping like 4 to 5 flavors at a time, and every single one of them was really popular.
Yeah. So, was Hookahina ever like a popping off brand? Because it seems like Hookahina's always kind of been like a meme brand.
It's always been there. I think it's been there for quite a while. There's other brands that were like Afzal, like more of those like
Yeah.
super traditional brands. They were there.
Right.
Here, let me check Hookah One. You know Hookah One?
Oh god, that's been a hot minute.
All right. Well, they still have some of those older brands. Okay.
Oh, there's some stuff.
Afzal, Leilina, I guess was still out.
Oh wow, yeah, that's an old one.
Minar. These are more traditional brands.
Yeah, those
Like
are
they
a lot
still
of
have
them.
them all.
Those are a lot of ones that like barely made it to the States, and when they made it here, they didn't sell well at all.
Yeah, and then this brand I never tried, but it's always been here. Cleopatra. It's extremely cheap. It's $1.20 for a 250 for a 50. Sorry.
That sounds like clearance prices almost.
Yeah, the 500 grams is only $11.
Oh, Cav wants to know what you think about peppermint shake.
Peppermint shake. Wow, that's a really good flavor. I'm glad you ordered some.
Yeah, that's one of the best flavors I've tried. In a while.
He said he got 750 grams. Should be pretty good.
250 less than what you need, but you're chilling.
I mean, when you live in out of the states.
Yeah,
It's kind of hard to order.
Yeah. You gotta love taxes, import fees, tariffs, all that good shit. Anyway.
He tries to keep it small.
Yeah, I understand. So when I started smoking, I found r/hookah the first night that I started like smoking. That night I tried the Pirates Co. So I was really drunk, and I was just fucking browsing on Reddit. I was like, I wonder if there's a hookah subreddit, and there was. But I didn't really start like participating in it until like early 2015. So I started smoking in mid 2014. Moved in it. Like when I started smoking, we were always just getting like we got Starbuzz, Fantasia a little bit here and there. I was never huge on Fantasia, but I always like I'd give it a try to be like I didn't know it was bad, right? So I'd buy it and I'd like try it and I'd be like, maybe another flavor's good, right?
Oh yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, Starbuzz I flipped through a few of their flavors, and Starbuzz isn't like a performance brand, but they've got some decent flavors. And at the time, I was happy with a 30-minute session, so it's whatever. I'd order it once in a while. I never got on Blue Mist as much as everyone else has seemed to. I really like just Alfalfa Blueberry better, personally.
That one dropped when you started, though. That one came out in 2014.
Which one, Blue Mist?
No, Alfalfa Blueberry came out in 2014.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just missed the old fucking Alfalfa tubs they had instead of the
I have two flavors. I know for sure I have Alfalfa grapefruit in the old tub in their last batch from 2014.
I would not smoke that now.
It could be old. Okay. It could be okay.
Maybe. But I remember one of the first flavors I got was Nakhla Raspberry.
Ooh, that one's pretty good.
Yeah, but I had never smoked it because like we bought it and I packed a bowl and it was whatever. We were using Quick Lights. So
was it the 50 gram or the 250 gram?
It was a 250 gram.
Okay, because the 50 grams of all of their stuff is extremely dry.
Yeah, well...
More so.
Well, see, the thing is, this shit was so wet, but my thing was, I was new to smoking, and I didn't, like, get that you needed, like, Tupperware for shit, so I was like, this is trash, it didn't even come in a container, what am I supposed to do with this? So I literally just left it open. I left it open and never smoked it, I just chilled, and fucking, I didn't try Nakhla again for years because of that. I was just like, this is bad, why would I smoke this? And
do you know what Sorry, you can finish. I had a thought.
You're good, go ahead.
Do you know what I smoked a lot of? Othmani.
Othmani, really?
Yeah, they sent me a bunch of small flavors, like 50 grams, and I think I tried like 15 of their flavors, and I pumped out those reviews real fast.
Nice.
Yeah, you finish.
But yeah, so like after we didn't really have a ton of choice for Nakhla here, so I was buying all local at the time, so I bought like I bought the raspberry and I tried double apple, and that was a mistake at the time. I never wanted to smoke double apple again. And then I remember my first hookah shisha order was like September or October of 2014. And I got some Alfalfa flavors because I knew I liked Alfalfa at the time. I remember we got Alfalfa Cola, and that is that is the fucking jankiest flavor. And what we did is we literally washed it, like we dried it out and hung it up and let it like soak the juice out of it, so it was like dry and flavorless. So we could mix it as just like a filler for other shit, so we weren't like wasting the tobacco. But
yeah.
That we did not like that flavor. But that was also when I tried Fumari for the first time. And my friend Shiraz, he had hailed Fumari as one of like the best brands out there. And we got mint chocolate chill, and it was like, I think I called it the apple of hookah flavors at the time. Because it was revolutionary for me. It was long lasting, really great, clean flavor. And yeah, that order will always stick out as like, that was when the rabbit hole started to get deeper, you know? I think that was also when you ordered a Namor hose too. So that was when I first got a washable hose.
Yeah, my first washable hose, I think, was a Namor. Yeah. And then I got a bunch of fancy hoses because they were just convenient. But I used them for quite a bit of time and just kept them clean.
Yeah. Well, so on that order, we also got at the time Hookah Shisha was doing those calendars with like the monthly codes on them.
Yeah.
So we got those, and like every month we'd be making an order to try and use that coupon code, or like every other month. So we were always trying to like get our money's worth. So we ended up with like another Namor hose that ended up like the glue ended up like busting and some shit. There was a bunch of other like random shit we got. Like I think this whole thing I have is actually from doing that in December of 2014 or something crazy.
What's it called? I have a quick story of this person. When I was still in 2013 is when I turned 18.
Yeah.
And that's when I was first able to go buy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when I first started getting more into hookah. Once I turned 18, I could start buying my own stuff.
Yeah.
And there was this guy that claimed he was a reviewer, even though he wasn't. And he would take photos and post them online, but that was about it. And he would smoke Fantasia, Starbuzz, and Haze. And when I first got Tangiers for the first time, it was 2013. I got it as a gift from one of the people on Reddit.
Yeah.
Or not as a gift. It was extremely discounted. And I brought it over to this guy. And we had smoked a few times.
Yeah.
And he had 6 hookahs or 7 hookahs, but they were all cheap. Yeah. And I brought the Tangiers, and we were using coconut coals already. I think after 6 or 7 months, I started using coconut coals.
Yeah.
So we were smoking Tangiers with coconut coals on foil.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get it to smoke all that well. And he's like, why don't you use quick lights? So he made us smoke a bowl of quick lights on Tangiers.
Oh my god.
And it was not that good. And he was always that's when we first started buying a lot of stuff. So he always wanted to hang out with us because we had different stuff from online. And we eventually just cut ties with him because he was kind of a moocher.
Yeah, for sure. That's fucking hysterical. Yeah, it wasn't until I think I moved out in later 2015-ish, not quite late 2015, but mid 2015, that we ordered cooked cane mint for the first time. And my buddy Shiraz claimed he knew how to pack it. So he fluffed it in an Egyptian bowl. And I just remember one of our friends who didn't smoke too much, but would casually smoke with us. He hit it once. He was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to die." So he was very turned off from Tangiers at that point. But then we eventually ended up getting a funnel bowl, and I got an Alien Mini and a Rook bowl. So we packed it in the Alien Mini, and I thought it was smoking really well. But my buddy was like, "Man, this is really harsh." I was like, "But I mean, it's I was reading something online. This is how you pack it. You pack it really dense. You don't fluff it in there." So it was an interesting experience. It was also earlier that year I had gotten it was when the Samsaris bowl came out. That was actually my first real funnel bowl because I got that and the Lotus at the same time. So I had seen Hookah Chef's review on it. So I saw his review and I was like, man, $70 is a lot to spend, but it makes it seem like it's amazing. So I picked it up and I don't know. Ever since I tried the Lotus, I knew I was like, man, there's so many different ways to smoke, and that's when I really started getting into reading and lurking on Reddit on the hookah subreddit.
In 2014, a lot of people were still bashing the Lotus.
Yeah.
And saying, oh, you can't smoke specific brands like Tangiers with the Lotus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be trash.
I mean, I still don't like Tangiers with Lotus, to be fair, but I know it's possible. I just don't like it.
I'm doing it right now.
I know you are.
There's one photo I didn't include that I want to send.
Send it to me on Facebook.
Yeah. So this kind of just shows what it was like this is a 5-year-old post. So this kind of shows what was popular around the time. Oh, yeah. So if you look at this, you can see everything that was worth buying at the time. And I got this as a Secret Santa gift. So this was December 19th, 2013.
Wow. So you had some solid Coconaras. Man, I meant that when that box went away is when they started to go downhill for sure. But yeah, I remember that box was popping off. Ooh, Argolini, man.
See, if you got Argolini, that was some good stuff at the time.
Yeah, that's a brand I haven't heard of in a while. Didn't they try to make a comeback or some shit?
I think they did. I think they got bought out by someone else.
Yeah, I thought so, but then I never heard anything about it, so I was like, okay, I'm good. Kumari Island Papaya. What is that middle one? Orange cream.
Alfalfa Orange Cream.
Wow. Yeah, that was
time.
That was peak 2013. Even when I started smoking, those were some solid brands. I had just never heard of Argolini at the time.
Hey, Cap, if you're thinking about getting a Lotus and you don't even use your Ignis, it's not going to be any better. So I would recommend saving your money.
Yes, I agree.
If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's the same stuff.
What do you think would have happened had Coconara never gone downhill? Do you think we'd have like the coal diversity that we have today, or do you think people would still just be buying like titaniums and Coconaras?
I think that they weren't even titaniums; they were Chronicles.
Oh, that's right. Because titaniums didn't come out until because what happened was John bought out the factory for Coconaras, and that's when they went downhill. Because they became titaniums.
I think Coconaras would still be pretty popular if they were able to keep up with how good they were, because they were actually really good, even to today's standard. Or maybe that's just what I remember.
I mean, I think they would have been good. They ashed okay-ish. They held their keep pretty well. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say because I haven't used one in almost 4 years now or something like that.
Exactly. Like, they're probably still somewhat popular to the naive hookah enthusiast.
Definitely, but I don't know. It makes me wonder if we would have ever even gotten cube coals, you know? Because Coconara never changed anything until they got bought out, and then they still never changed anything. So it makes me wonder if would we have hex coals that were popular? I guess those were around. Exotica coals were popular then.
Close my door now.
Quarter circle coals probably wouldn't be a thing. I mean, hell, we might have, if that never happened, we might not even have the Ignis. Because, the Ignis came about because cube coals were popular, right?
Yeah, I would say that's a good reasoning. And Ignis is pretty popular still.
Yeah. So, those things all came about because of how coals changed. So, if John had never bought out Coconara, then it makes me wonder if anything like that would have happened. Maybe John would have found another factory or something, but even if he had, I don't know if titaniums would even have become as popular because Coconaras were just, the gold standard. So if they hadn't dropped the ball and made people look to other coals, that maybe titaniums never would have taken off because it wasn't like Chronicles were selling like hotcakes, right?
Chronicles were actually pretty good. I remember in 2014 he was selling these lounge boxes because that's when Chronicles were gonna go out, and that's when titanium coals came about.
Okay.
And he was selling 10 kilo lounge boxes. Those are the first lounge boxes we were able to see as public consumers. I'm pretty damn sure. And he was selling them for $30.
Wow.
So I bought that.
Wow, that's crazy.
We used those for a while.
That's funny.
Yeah, and now lounge boxes are common.
Yeah, it's every brand has a lounge box. You can even get a lounge box for what, $5 or something like that if you like superior coals.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good deal. Not gonna lie, $50 shipped. I mean, you still have to pay the shipping. $50 shipped. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be complaining. They're decent coals. I'm not saying they're terrible or anything.
Yeah, they're decent enough for the price. For that price. But anyway, so it's interesting to think about it's very much what if, but it's interesting to think about that because it's something where everyone just kind of was okay, they're shit, who cares? But what if they weren't? And I think we'd be having a totally different conversation. Smoking, I probably wouldn't have. Who knows if the Provost would even have taken off if there weren't for cube coals, right?
I was just thinking about that. The Provost came out in 2014 also. A lot of things came out in 2014 and became popular in 2014 and kind of shaped what we have now. The Apple on Top, I think, came out in 2012 or 2013. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't popular until 2014. And then the Provost wasn't even popular until 2016.
Ish, yeah.
So these things, they keep pumping the stuff out. Those things have existed for a while, and then they eventually became popular because people thought of different ways to use them.
One of the reasons I wanted to talk about this today is because we have a very unique experience where we were kind of when we started smoking was kind of when the golden era of hookah that I think the golden era was kind of ushered in. Shit was around obviously, and shit was pretty good when we started smoking, but we've only seen it get better. There's been no real dip since then, and there was a point from I'd say 2014 to until the FDA regulations hit, really, in what is that 2017 or 2016,
Yeah.
whatever. Like up until that point, we were having like brands pump out flavors like crazy. We had a lot of American innovation. Even like that was before Haze went overseas. When Haze was good, that's when Trifecta Dark hit the market. I mean, there was all kinds of shit that we were seeing. We were seeing like brands like Alchemist pop up, and were brands that existed. So we saw the Lotus come about. We saw Provost, Ignis. We saw a lot of change in hookah, and that's really why I want to talk about shit today, because it's just like it's such a unique thing that we just got to experience passively. We've never like it's hard to actively think about that stuff when it's happening, right?
Yeah. I wanted to also talk a little bit about Trifecta and where they started and where they're at now. So when I first so I saw a review from Zach, and he had tried a few flavors from this brand called Trifecta.
Yeah.
It was unknown at the time, and I said, okay, well, I'm doing reviews, so why don't I hit up this company?
Yeah.
They sent me 2 flavors, and when they first started, they had the pouch, and it was dark. It was like they were trying to be somewhat like what Tangiers was doing. It was one of the very first black leaves that came to market, and it was like in the pouches.
Really?
In the pouches, they started with black leaf,
Really?
and then they went to blonde, and then they went back to dark leaf to do both.
Interesting.
So it was like a juicy dark leaf, and the flavors were good. I enjoyed the flavors. I actually have pictures of the pouches that I can grab too. They did that, and then they started getting pretty popular. People were pretty interested in seeing like where dark leaf could go. So I thought if I posted those reviews, I could bring up some hype, and they ended up doing pretty well. So let me see if I can pull that up. And then, so they went to blonde. They switched to blonde, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And then they ended up going to doing both.
Well, so I did an interview with him a while ago, and I talked to him about it. I do remember him saying he started making stuff with dark leaf, but he said the blonde stuff was just getting such like rave reviews from everyone that tried it that he was like, well, this is what we're going to do for now. Because he felt like he hadn't perfected the dark leaf, I believe. I think that's what he said. And so he wanted to focus on the blonde for a while, build it up, and then he went to dark leaf after he had I think he perfected his blonde leaf at the time.
It's really it's whatever they've changed, it's gotten really good.
Well, so I loved it when it was in the pouches, like when I first tried it, and then after they went to the tins, I wasn't a huge fan. I don't know what changed there, but I just didn't like it as much. It didn't feel like as fresh or as vibrant of flavors. And then when they went back to the tubs that they've got now, the plastic tubs, I feel like the flavor's gone back up.
Look, they even used Comic Sans back in the day.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, here you go.
All right, I'm pulling this up.
So I had some Twice the Ice.
Comic Sans. That's the good shit.
That one, and I had Blue Strawberry. I love that flavor.
Blue Strawberry?
Yeah.
That's one of the few I haven't tried, actually. That's crazy.
If you want to see how juicy it is, here you go. Here's another photo.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was packed with juice.
Yeah, that looks juicier than their shit now. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's where they first started. And I really enjoyed those flavors.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't think, I've never had a flavor that was just outright bad from Trifecta. Even, this shit that he sent me, to test before it ever came out. I never had anything that was just, straight bad. I had some stuff that wasn't my cup of tea, but, I don't know. I've always been impressed with their flavors. So what do you think? We've seen Trifecta come about. Where do you think Trifecta, where do you think that they got their inspiration from? Because it had to be something like Haze or, even off Walker, right?
Well, back in the day, when I first tried it, I feel like they had some deep inspiration from Tangiers, but I could be wrong about that.
Because I didn't catch it, but you posted that photo on October 27th of 2014.
Yeah, that's the first time I had ever heard of them.
Yeah.
And Zach was raving about it, so I was like, well, might as well try it.
Yeah. It's also crazy because, Zach's been. I'd like to have Zach on the show at some point because Zach's been reviewing since like what 2011, 2012, something like that.
Yeah. Has he been posting stuff? Because I don't think on
Yeah, he's
my
still posting
subscription list I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, he hasn't been popping up too much for me, but I do see he posts stuff once in a while on YouTube.
His reviews are always top notch.
Yeah, so I'd like to have him on to talk to about his experience because he's been doing it the longest and the most consistent of any reviewer, and he was like,
Yeah, definitely.
he's always been like up there, but like when J Nick fell off, he became like the go-to hookah guy. And
Oh, he is posting a lot.
yeah, he's still posting quite a bit. I don't see.
Dang. He went to the Miami convention that I couldn't.
Oh, did he?
Well, I think he did. He made a post about it.
Sad times. I need to go hang out with him next time I go visit my dad. He lives in Atlanta, which isn't far from where my dad lives. So
Maybe if you go, I'll go.
yeah, Atlanta meetup.
It's not that far. It's only like
10
3 or
hours.
4. It's actually it's 6 hours for me.
I think it's 7 because I was an hour south of Atlanta when I drove to you, and it was 6.
Ah, yeah, something like that. No, he's actually been posting quite a bit. Surprised. I guess I haven't been looking hard enough.
Yeah, subscribe to Strictly Shisha if you haven't. Dude's one of the like most honest guys you'll ever meet, and just really good guy. Also subscribe to PewDiePie, but also that's a different story.
I'm not subscribed to him. I don't even think I've ever seen one of his videos.
Did you subscribe to T-Series? Are you a trader?
I don't know that guy either.
Not even keeping up. God damn it. Alright. We kind of talked about like what kind of shit we've seen. Where would you like to see who could go next? Like we talked about like all the different kinds of crazy shit we've seen, and a lot of it was kind of like unprecedented that we would have ever seen that when we started smoking, right? Like I never would have pictured that I'd be sitting here with an F-22 with a fucking Provost and a silicone hose on a boho base, right? So what do you think it'll be like? Say we go back, we've been smoking what, 6 years? What do you think it'll look like if we revisit this in like 3 years and talk about what's going on and what we've seen in those 3 years from now?
That's so difficult to say because the thing is, there needs to be an issue for people to want improvement, and it's just like things are getting so good, and like the amount of things I can think about that have issues that need vast improvement are non-existent.
Well, sure.
I don't know.
A lot of the things that we've seen, we never really thought of as issues back then, right? Like we were talking about with Coconara. We never really saw an issue until their dip in quality. So like
Yeah.
we never knew Coles could be better than that. So
Yeah, but these are improvements on things that already existed. And then when the Lotus idea came out, that was like a ginormous improvement. And then you see other brands making improvements to something that already exists.
Right. So of let's just narrow down to things that already exist. What are some things that exist now that you think could be improved on?
Well, I've talked about it before, but I would like to really see some sort of electric, non-coal heater.
Yeah, I think that's like the next real roadmap to being a huge game changer.
Yeah. Other than that, I can't really think of something that would need vast improvement. Hoses are going swell. Brands are coming out with crazy amounts of different flavor. Look, this guy said a better tray for foil on the Shisha Box hookah.
Yeah, I think
that's an improvement with one product.
Yeah, that's I mean, you could just buy a B2 tray and slap it on there if you really want that. I mean, it's not going to look the greatest, but it works. I've done it once or twice. I don't know. I'd like to see something. I think hookah suffers a lot from being not portable, so I'd almost like to see like a real like quality portable hookah, like something you could like almost walk with, you know?
Well, that's what I'm talking about, like an electric heater. I feel like that would come into play.
Well, sure, but on the road, like I think we're like a year or two out from that being like something that everyone could use, right? So I think I'd like to see something that like maybe holds like an HMV that actually holds the coals in place. Like
that would be cool.
Yeah, because like they hold them in place okay now, but I don't know, it's always like sketchy, right? So I'd like to see something that like actually locks into place, like how the original Samsaris almost locked into place. So you could fucking hold it upside down and it was hard to get it out, right?
That'd be nice to see on consistent in different HMDs.
Yeah, and I'd like a culminate all of that kind of shit into like a backpack hookah kind of thing. Like, you know how you like, you know, camelbacks basically have that, but something you smoke out of.
That sounds like a niche market.
It does sound like a niche market, but I think it'd be, I don't know, I think it'd be cool to see. And if you could like take a hookah out in public, I think you'd have people like that vape now even switch, you know, because a lot of people that stopped smoking hookah just swapped to vaping because of convenience, you know.
Yeah. Oh, not because I would buy it all the time, but better or more consistent, cheaper, non-tobacco alternatives would be cool.
Well, those are out there. I mean, Cocoa Earth.
They are like, yeah, Cocoa Earth has one, and apparently it's pretty decent from what I've seen online. And what's the other one? Heaven Leaf.
Heaven Leaf, yeah.
That one's pretty good. I can't lie.
I haven't tried either of them, so I couldn't say. I was talking to Vahi, the owner of B2, about it the other day, because he's doing a show, and he's doing Shisha Mesa at Cocoa Earth, so they're going to show off some of the Earth tobacco. But he was saying it's like, the problem, he said the Earth is good, and it's really flavorful and stuff, but it suffers like the same problem that all alternatives have. It's like
the flavor dies?
No, not even the flavor dying, it's just, it's not as satisfying to smoke.
Yeah, it definitely feels like way lighter.
Yeah, so
from what I've tried.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just a byproduct of it being tobacco, realistically. But
yeah, that's just the way it is.
But I don't know. I feel like there's something you could do to make it better. Fuck, it says fuck what weird ones. Do I have shit locked in on Twitch? I don't know. Can I even see that? That's a lot of work I'm not doing right now. Yeah, fuck what I want. You're right.
Facts.
Accurate statements. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot, and I'm sure there's other stuff that could be improved. I'd like to see, as weird as it sounds, more consistent grommets. Like, I feel like that's such a small thing to just...
Grommets have been the same since I started.
Yeah, grommets have basically never changed. Like, I've found better ones out there, but it's not like they're new products. It's just shit that I've stumbled upon as a byproduct of smoking and reviewing for years.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing small improvements on things that already exist, but when someone will eventually come out with something or come up with something that will change the game, and then from there you'll see a lot of improvements towards that product. But until that happens, someone has this ginormous brain, thinks of something, then not too sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, a lot of things I'd like to see are just, like, things that will never happen. Like, I'd like to see, like, a more standardized base size, so that I don't have to play, like, Ring Around the Rosie when I get a new stem, trying to find a base that fits it perfectly, right?
It's the grommets.
It's the grommets, and it's also, like, just the size of the part that goes into the hookah, the hookah port.
Yeah, that would be nice to see if there was a consistent size on that, so you wouldn't need so many different grommets.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think that's something that'll really ever happen. I think before that happens, we'll see things like, I don't know, like Shisha Bucks or Wuka come up with their, you know, bases where they screw on or they fit on perfectly with their own shit and nothing else. So,
all right, well, I think you have something?
I was just going to ask, we've talked about, like, some of the big stuff that we saw when we started smoking. What do you think is the, let's take out the lows, because that's the easy answer, but what do you think is the most impactful thing to you that has happened since we started smoking?
Well, the improvement of, like, longevity and flavors is pretty big.
Yeah, I think we skipped over that a little bit, but that's definitely something that is worlds ahead of where it used to be.
Yeah, that and the improvements in clay.
Yeah.
Stoneware.
Yeah, I think John actually has a lot to do with that with his bowls. They were the first, like, real quality clay bowls out there that weren't, just red clay or whatever, like Egyptian bowls. So,
and then, like, funnel bowls were popular, but they were not very many options for good ones. So I guess
yeah,
those in general.
They existed. They were solid, but like I feel like now we have so many options, and like almost all of the options out there are pretty good. Like I can't think of any.
Yeah, we have good options.
I can't think of any like bowls that I would just like straight up say fuck it. Like I'm not buying that. Like alpaca, mason bowls, obviously stone bowls.
There's different reasons for like all these. There's different reasons to purchase
Yeah,
so many
exactly.
different bowls, and a lot of them have very good reasons towards buying them.
Yeah, I almost want like. I feel like every bowl back then was trying to fit every need, right? Like it seemed like
Yeah,
every bowl was trying to be like a one size fits all, and now we have bowls that are like catered to specific things.
the quad head bowl.
Oh yeah, that's the real shit. I've only done that like once or twice.
I did a double once.
Yeah, no, I never. Well, no, I fucked with a quad once. And it was trash. Real bad.
That's really something.
It is something indeed.
Oh, what's it called? Yeah, I want to tell a quick story since we're towards the end. I'll probably answer questions soon. My friend got into hookah and he bought a 250 of cane mint. He had bought some cheap Chinese hookah and he used the ceramic little cheap bowl, like those really cheap bowls.
Yeah.
And he smoked Tangiers out of it. And I can't say it was the worst thing I've ever smoked.
Probably not the best.
Honestly,
I actually,
definitely not. Nowhere near the best.
I had a similar thing. I went to a lounge that was close-ish to Pittsburgh. I was like between here and Pittsburgh, and they were like, "Yo," I was talking about like other shit because I had started reviewing at the time. And they're like, "Yo, we got some Tangiers if you want that special stuff." And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!" Because it was like their personal stash or something. So I slid them some extra cash under the table to pack in that, and they fluff packed fucking Tangiers New Lemon Lime in this shitty porcelain bowl. And I swear to God, I got fucking nicotine poisoning. Like, I was just done. I felt like I was gonna die, dude. It was terrible.
What's the most bowls you've ever had in one day?
In one day? Are we talking...
Mine's are quite a few.
Well,
It doesn't have to be back to back to back.
No, but so, like, I've packed, like, probably 20 bowls in one day, but, like, that's with,
No,
like...
when you're... I would call that
so,
each... Like, 4 is 1 still, if it's
Okay.
within the same hour.
So in that case, I'd say probably, like, 6 or 7, I think.
I did 4 with one friend, then I left to go to a different friend's house, and then I did another 4. So it was 8.
Jesus
and I
Christ.
was dead. Dead.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like when we did that, we were just, like... I was hanging out with my friends, like, all day. And we were just, like, we weren't doing them back-to-back, so it was fine. Like, we were spacing them out, like, taking, like, a break for, like, lunch and dinner in between. And just
Yeah.
packing, like, 1 or 2 in a row. Chilling for a little bit. And then, yeah.
Nah, it was 4, go to another friend's house within 45 minutes to an hour, and then 4. It was death.
Yeah. I don't think I could do that anymore, though. Like, now I smoke, like, 2 back-to-back, and I'm, like, donezo.
Yeah, 2 back to back is quite a bit. I usually smoke 1, maybe 2 a day, and then they're like pretty spaced out.
Yeah, I'll smoke 1 when I get home from shit, and, like, from work or school or whatever. I'll wait a little bit, and I'll, like, when I'm playing WoW or something, I'll, like, throw some on.
Well, we do have one question from Captivate on YouTube. He wrote, "How good is Trifecta Blonde's longevity compared to Sir Bentley?"
I think it's better. Sir Bentley, I think that's their weakest point, is their longevity is only, like, 45 to an hour is what I usually get out of it.
Yeah, hour 45 between an hour and 15. It's pretty inconsistent, but that is generally the time frame.
Yeah, whereas, like, I don't know, I feel like my Cole's are usually dead before Trifecta's ever dead. Like, I'll go, like, an hour and a half, no problem. Full flavor, generally.
Yeah. Hour and a half, no problem. If the thing is, I would just pack another bowl.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've got cubettes right now, so what I've been doing is I'll light 4 of them, throw 2 in the ash, 2 in the provost, 45 minutes. You guys see me do it on the show. I throw another coal in, usually around, like, 7:30 if the show starts at 7. And
Yeah,
then,
it's usually the tech. Throw on 1 extra coal.
yeah, and throw an extra one on, and then usually when the show ends, I'll throw the last one on and eke out another, like, 15-20 minutes of it.
You got a question.
What would you say your favorite brand right now is? B2, or which one and why if you had to choose? God, I mean, probably it's either my B2 or my Matte Pair right now. I've only been smoking for like the last month and a half the F22, just doing a bunch of testing with it. But before that, I was going back day-to-day between B2 Precious Cut and Matte Pair Simple. Now I've got 20 some odd hookahs at this point now, and I just like use different things for different reasons. Sometimes the reason is just I'm lazy and I haven't cleaned hookahs. So I don't know. I think the Matte Pair Simple and my B2 are still my favorite. The F22 is definitely a close third, but I think that's kind of where it needs to be for the price point. I think the Matte Pair probably has the best price to performance dollar because it's only like I think it was $179 just for the stem, and I think that's one of the best smoking types I have actually. The diffuser's great, got a nice draw, great purge. It's pretty easy to clean. You take it all apart, every aspect of it gets cleaned. And it looks good too. The B2 I think is better, but it's more expensive, so I don't know if you're getting that dollar performance for it. But I do think I just like the way it smokes. I've also been smoking B2s for 3 years now, so I don't know. I've got a lot of other pipes I like for different reasons, but those three are the ones that I just go back to time and time again. I throw in the Regal once in a while if my cat hadn't eaten my purge ball.
Did you ever find that purge ball?
That's a hard no. I didn't know. They've been fucking playing with my grommets lately. I was like downstairs where I never none of my hookah shit exists. I walked in from the garage. I was like, why is there a grommet here? And yeah,
It's probably all chewed up.
nah, cats don't chew it. They just bat at it and kick it around and shit. Cap says, what you guys smoking? What are you smoking?
Well, cane mint peppermint shake mix. It's like 75 cane mint, 25 peppermint shake, and the reason for that is because I wanted to make a flavor that basically peppermint shake strength with just a more
shake.
no, it still has all the flavor of the peppermint shake, but it has more strength to it.
Okay, more mintiness.
More mintiness to it, because cane mint is just not nearly as strong as what I remember it being.
No,
I don't think it has to do with stronger mints coming out. I feel like it's just gotten weaker.
yeah, no, I agree with that 100%.
But this one's better
That's good.
than the last time I had it 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm smoking some. I'm doing some flavor testing for Fumari. It's a flavor they haven't released or teased or anything yet. Wanted me to give my opinion on it. It's better than the last time I tried it. I still think the longevity is really good. I'm surprised about that actually, but it still has some tweaking. I think. Can't give any more information than that though.
I can.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Yeah, that's about gonna do it for us today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I feel like we could have talked for another hour and a half about this shit. Honestly, we only got to 2015 basically in the time we started smoking. For the next show, hopefully we're gonna have Matt on from the AM podcast.
Let's see if we can get him on.
Yeah, if not him, we're gonna be. We'll see if we can get someone else on, maybe Hookah Chef or someone. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll catch you guys later. Have a good night. Peace.
Bye.